Hi everybody, I'm Broobs. I'm a photographer and visual artist based out of San Francisco. And today I'm going to teach you how to take a portrait and turn it into a really cool collage. This is Sácale Jugo. I know everybody's been stuck inside, just like I have. It's been hard finding inspiration, so hopefully I can inspire you to make something really cute today. I'm inspired by this new Juice Monster Papillon. I like the orange and I like the butterflies, so we're gonna be incorporating those into my design. So just grab your friend, take a quick portrait, and I'll show you how to do this in a few steps. All right, so step one is to just plan out what you're gonna be doing for the day. I know my subject, my friend Carmela, is gonna be coming later so that I could photograph her. I already have the elements that I need, but I'm just gonna go for a quick walk and see if I could find anything new to add to like my collection. Going outside is good for you, you know, so why not? All right, so we're outside now. I like to go for walks and just like look for greenery, any kind of like cool plants that you could find. I use my phone, any phone's gonna do. As long as it has a camera, you're set. All right, so I found this really cool leaf here. It has like a really cool like shape to it and be really easy to cut out later on. I kind of like using these for like to have people like sitting on them just because that's kind of the shape it already gives you. But anything really works. You could just find something interesting to you. We're here in the studio with my friend Carmela. Say hi. She's an amazing musician and artist, and I'm so happy to have her here. She was just nominated for a Grammy. That's so fucking cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna be taking her portrait. I'm gonna be using my phone. It's really easy. You just need like if you have like a blank wall, or if you even have like frames up on a wall, just take them off. And just, you know, take a beautiful portrait of your beautiful subject.
I love it.
Yeah, I like it too. All right, so I think we're gonna move on to the next step.
Yeah.
All right, so we have all the elements that we're gonna be using. I start by just importing those flowers and leaves that you took pictures of. I really like this one here, so I'm just gonna import that. And we're just gonna start cutting it out as neatly as possible. If you don't have any program like this, you could also just print it out and use some scissors and some glue. So don't let that hold you back. Being creative. All right, cut out. So next step is to bring the subject in. So what makes a good photograph for collaging is like, it's easy to cut out hard edges. So you kind of want to pay attention to like the shoulders, where they're at. You don't want them to be cut off or close because then it makes it harder to do. Just interesting like poses and stuff like that. I think I'm gonna cut her off of the stool, and I think I'm just gonna have her like sitting on a bunch of plants. I'm gonna incorporate some of those leaves that I took pictures of outside. So now I'm gonna draw the halo behind her. All right, fill that in. But we're gonna clean up that hairline a little bit just to blend in a little bit more. All right, that's looking good. All right, so it looks like we're done cutting out the stuff that we photographed earlier, and we're gonna get started on this composition. So I'm just gonna start bringing in stuff that I know that I'm gonna like with this image. Let's see, I have 10,000 things already pre-cut out, but the stuff that I like to use is at the bottom. You could also do this. You could start building a library. It doesn't only have to be plants. I just prefer the plants, you know? Just kind of go with the vibe and do whatever you want. Carmela is from Venezuela, so I'm trying to bring in more tropical. If you don't have anything like this, you could always use like a public domain, but don't let it like stop you. You could just do what you can. So you want to start off with getting your subject in the center. That'll help you build around them, and it'll make like for a more balanced composition. So I duplicated that leaf because I'm gonna be making it pretty much symmetrical. So you just move it like that. There you go. That's the start of it. The design is technically called a radial design. It's based off of a lot of Catholic imagery. And that's kind of like what my inspiration is. I grew up very Catholic, and that's where my style kind of like grew from. But yeah, just try to keep it as symmetrical as possible. It makes it a lot easier, and it always looks nice. So since the can is orange, I think I'm gonna bring in some orange like roses, but I'm just trying to make a color story that's kind of centered around the can. With the flowers, it always adds like a big pop of color. I'm gonna be focusing on the halo first, and then I'll add stuff around later. All right, so I'm gonna bring in a picture of the can real quick, just so that I could get the color for the background. And with a soft, big brush, we're gonna start coloring it in. I wanna get that yellow and that orange. Get a blur going, Gaussian blur, and it starts to build a gradient. All right, pretty much almost done. I just need to import some butterflies. So the last step is gonna be just color correcting her image. She's a little bit washed out, so I kind of want to bring in that like warmth that she had to her like skin tone. So I'm just gonna duplicate the image of her, and then I'm gonna go into color balancing, and then just add a little bit more red and yellow until it looks more like her. All right, so this is gonna be the final piece that we made together today. I hope y'all had fun, and if you do make your own piece, please tag me at Broobs. I really hope that you do make it. Go outside, go for a walk, and shout out to Juice Monster Papillon for having me here today. It's freaking amazing that I even had the opportunity to show you how I make my art. So get out there and have a good time.